Okay guys, so we've just literally walked around about 5 minutes, no more than 10. We popped off and got some chips. Taz has scoffed them all. I'll put that picture up showing you all, but I got no dinner. Anyway, we're not going there. But as we knew roughly where we wanted to head, so we came across an old railway bridge. There's currently a line which runs underneath, which I believe goes all the way to Blackpool and everything. I'll put some pictures up of that. It is very overgrown, so you may not see much. And we just took one of the dirt paths, and as we headed down, like, it was getting quite steep and stuff, and I kept saying, I think I know where we roughly are. And what we've been looking for is the Clifton Hall Tunnel. And as we came down, you know, we nearly walked past it, to be honest, because it is overgrown. But yeah, I'll show you what we did find. And there you go, guys. That is the entrance to Clifton Hall Tunnel. There is a story behind all this as well. I believe it was built in 1850. It carried majority of freight train, and that was from all the collieries in the local area. So as previously mentioned, you had Clifton Hall Colliery, which hopefully we can go down to see the former site of shortly. You also had Patricroft Colliery, and that's where quite a few people, if you remember, came out. Was caught in the blast at Clifton Hall. And you've also, over in Clifton Country Park, you've got the wet colliery as well. Now, Clifton Hall Tunnel is also known locally as the Black Harry Tunnel. Not too sure why. Whereas it's someone called Harry and he works in the mines or something and always came home with blackface. I don't know. If you do know, let us know in the comments. Like I say, it was a railway tunnel which passed beneath Swinton and Pendlebury in Salford. Like I say, it was located on the Patricroft and Clifton branch of the London and North Western Railway line. It actually linked to Patricroft with Molyneux Junction, which we will be exploring in our East Lancashire Railway series. In 1901, a length of 272 yards of the tunnel was strengthened. That was by steel ribs to make it more stable. Like I say, it was built in the 1850s. It didn't come without its own problems because this area had actually been mined. So obviously building it like structurally and stuff like that caused quite a few difficulties for the people who were building it. And in 1926 there were measures taken due to concerns about potential subsidence due to coaling works here. Like I say, it was mainly used for freight, but it was also used for a number of passenger services which operated prior to the Second World War. During the conflict, traffic through the tunnel was temporarily halted. However, after the Second World War, the tunnel was never used again by passenger trains. During October 1947, it was open for a limited number of freight services. And the structure was patched several times across its century of use due to irregular brickwork and construction joints throughout. As you can imagine, it was built on an old coal mining area, so the structure would be very weak. So yeah, about 71 years ago, there was a disaster here. Basically, there were a collapse of the tunnel, and that happened on the 13th of April 1953, which would be around about 71 years ago now. Prior to the major incident which happened there, brickwork fell from the roof of the tunnel on an undocumented construction shaft, I believe. Immediate steps were taken, obviously, to make sure there was stoppage of rail traffic through. Like I say, it was like 15 days beforehand where there was partial issues before the main collapse, and the main collapse happened on the 28th of April 1953. Where the actual collapse happened, it was actually beneath an old brick construction shaft. So like I say, on the 28th of April 1953, the tunnel partly collapsed. What had happened, like I say, it was an old brick lined construction shaft shaft, the contents of which fell into the space below, the surrounding soil, which was a mixture really of sand and clay, poured into the void and formed a large cavity underneath the foundations of 2 houses on Temple Drive. I believe the houses were number 22 and 24. I'll get some pictures up in regards to them properties and stuff where the collapse actually happened. Like I say, it literally collapsed underneath them houses, which caused, in total, they say 3, but it was actually 2 houses which fully collapsed, and the end wall of the 3rd property just fell down. Like I said, that was on Temple Drive, which is back that way, and there were, in total, 5 people were killed. Obviously, an investigation happened after that, and when they looked at the tunnel here, they realised that, you know, it needed that much work that it was just better to close it. And that's what happened. They permanently closed it. And as you can see, it is filled in a little bit now. I'm not too sure if there's another part over the other way, like I say, over by Temple Drive. I don't think there is. I think all what exists there now is actually some garages, and they've just obviously infilled it as well. So yeah, as you can see, that there is the actual original inlet, if you like, you know, where they would have come in and stuff like that. And there's still old structures just there. Just up that way up there, you can just see it sticking out a bit as well. And I'll go and get some video footage up there as well for you. Just typical that, isn't it? We came out here lovely and sunny, and all I can hear now is the rain above us. Lucky enough, we're quite sheltered here anyway, as there's a lot of trees. But yeah, as you can see, you know, there's the old stonework as well. That probably would have been like a walling going down, probably. Like I say, it was a tunnel. But yeah, still here. And after all them years, like, I think in total it was 174 years, and it was 71 years for the collapse. So it goes to show, you know, although nature's taken over, we still can see some elements, which, you know, is really good. Like I say, I think they may have filled this in recently. There were talks about them filling it in. It's a shame, really, that we couldn't have got a bit further down there. I'll see if I can try and get a camera down there or something as well, and see what we can see inside. Yeah, I've just put my camera underneath. As you can see, you can't really see in. Like I say, I think they've inlaid it now and stuff like that. So yeah, like I say, that's the tunnel entrance. You can imagine how far down we would have been. It's like, so it would have gone all the way down there and right through there. Like I say, it would have gone and connected to Clifton Hall Colliery, also Patricroft Colliery, which is over that way. And then, like I said, there was a wet colliery over that way if you head to Clifton Country Park. Whether we can get that in today, I don't know, but we'll definitely come back and see it again anyway. There's some real interesting stuff there.